big bearish reversal yesterday. I'm going to tidy up here for a second. Big bearish reversal yesterday. And here we are holding at the lows, and very, very little bounce after this big bearish reversal yesterday, even though we have a potential double bottom against these previous lows here. However, if we look under the hood, I think we've got a little bit further to fall. A couple of reasons why I think we've got further to fall. If we measure this as an equal measured move, and this applies to all of the exchanges, we haven't quite reached the equal point yet. In Coinbase here, it's 3,442. Also, if we put fib extensions on from our corrective bounces, we're not quite there yet either. So I'm looking for one more push lower at least in Bitcoin to 3,400, 3,440 next. If we look down on an hourly as well, remember final legs lower or trend moves are usually 5 waves. If we look back at previous moves lower in Bitcoin, for example, here, this was again, I think 5 big waves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I'm counting it wrong. But if we look just small, here we've got 1, 2, 3. I think this is 4, and we've got one more leg lower. So 3,400. If we look at it on Binance, Tethery, let's look at, I'm doing this wrong. Here we go. Same pattern, look, A, B, C, one more leg lower. So although we didn't quite tag the lows in Binance, if we go up to a 4-hour chart here and we do our equal measured move, we're kind of here in Binance. A little bit lower, 34.24 in Binance terms. So one more push lower, 34.24. In all of these exchanges, I think we see one more push lower, and potentially we could find a bit of a base here. If we are going to do one of those bigger corrections where this was a big, if this is a big A, this is a big B, and we're going to do a C leg, this will be a kind of area where we may see a bounce. If we don't, and we keep dropping, then potentially the bounce is over. It would seem weird, but it is what it is. So that's how I'm seeing Bitcoin this morning, and the same thing going on in Tether. You know, we're in a sideways, it's not Tether, in Ethereum. We're in a sideways range in Ethereum. If we look at where our 50% back level is, or 61.8 of these previous lows, not quite there, sideways range. We are holding underneath the 50 moving average, but when it's flat and it's a range trade, it doesn't really have the same predictive power, if you like. So clearly, you know, just like previous highs in an uptrend being resistance, in a downtrend, previous lows are support. So support a little bit lower between a 111 and 112 if we continue lower in Ethereum. And if we look again on the hourly, have we done sort of 5 waves? It's a bit harder to count on this one. We may have done them already in Ethereum. So not a bullish reversal yet. In all of them, if you take the most recent swing lower and you mark where the 236 fib is, very often that'll give you like an early warning of a bullish reversal. So here in ETH, if we did that here in ETH dollar at Coinbase, an hourly close above 118 would say we've probably stopped going down for a bit, and we'll go back to, if we draw it as a channel, we'll go back and test the highs of this channel, or trend line resistance, if you like. So above 118, we could probably look to around 123 and see what happens there in ETH, and then we can talk about maybe we're making a bit of a bottom. So that's how I see ETH and Bitcoin this morning. Interestingly enough, ETH against Bitcoin. This is a daily chart of Ethereum Bitcoin. We got rejected at the 200 moving average and we're in no man's land. What's quite interesting about Ethereum Bitcoin is we're holding on at the 50% level and potentially building a little bit of a base here. Why is that quite interesting? Because, you know, whenever you do a correction like we've done here, ABC, you always wonder, is that just the first leg, or is that just the first leg in a bigger rally? And if that was the case, and we are going to see another leg higher, then 50% back is kind of one of those levels where it would happen from. So going sideways at a level where we could look for a bullish reversal in ETH Bitcoin, and we're holding the lows you can see here in ETH Bitcoin. So, and also because we've gone sideways for so long, it's quite cheap for us to pop that 200 moving average on the hourly and say that we've got a bit of a bullish reversal going on. So above these highs, if you wanted to set an alert for ETH Bitcoin, then back above 3,370,000 sat, that would be it, you know, and this, I would put my alarm here. Why is this important? Because when ETH is rallying against Bitcoin, it's usually quite good for alt season. We're looking for the next run higher here for a really decent rally in alts and to hang on. So far so good in ETH Bitcoin. So thanks for watching and subscribing. If you didn't already know, I do a live stream on Monday nights on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Nick Trades. I usually look at 30 to 40 coins and I do it every week. If you'd like to join me then, and you've got a request or a coin you'd like to look at, then leave a request in the comments below. We'll try and take a look at it tonight.